皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today, guys, would it be okay as my friend? Can you guys take some time to listen to me complaining today? So I actually have an Instagram account where I exchange DMs with my viewers, with you guys, right? I'm pretty sure I've exchanged messages with many of you. And I've actually been doing this from the time I started the channel because, the name of my channel is Let's Ask Shogo, Your Japanese Friend in Kyoto. So I still believe that I'm actually a friend of my viewers. So I don't like calling my viewers because I really want to see you guys as friends, and that's because that's what makes me the happiest. I don't want to be this person across the screen, so-called influencer, and just makes videos and never actually answers any individual questions. I don't want to be that kind of person. So that's the reason why I have Instagram. I always take about 30 minutes to an hour to reply to DMs, and I receive a lot of questions from about things about katana, where to buy things like kimono katana, how to read a certain paragraph, Japanese language related questions, or simply questions related to minor culture in Japan, like what is this odd item that is used in this festival, who is this person, what did this person do in history, so on and so forth. I get tons of questions, personal ones too, like what is your experience in life that changed you the most, or stuff like that. Or I need a little bit of help, I'm feeling a little bit depressed, can you kind of give me some courage, some power, so on and so forth. Like literally anything. I see a lot of messages, and I must say, first of all, before I start seeing any complaints, I must say that all of the messages I receive gives me a lot of power. Now, it's great to know that there are so many people around the world. I receive about 30 to maximum 50 messages a day, which is the reason why I hardly get to reply to all of them. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of messages that I haven't been able to reply for even more than a month, I think, because I just really can't catch up. Now, I said that I usually take about 30 minutes to an hour to reply. But for example, if I had a Yaido tournament like the other day was Kazu's birthday, actually, when we did the live stream. I don't know when I'm actually posting this podcast, but it was a day when I had a Yaido tournament from 8:30, so I left home at 7:30. Also, I had a shakuhachi concert that my sensei was taking part in, so I went there. And then I came home and I took my daughters to have a shower, and then just daily stuff. And then at nighttime we did the live stream to celebrate Kazu's birthday. And that was the end of the day, obviously. So when my schedule is like that, it's really difficult to try to, squeeze in my regular schedule, like replying to DMs. And I would obviously have those occasions once in a while, right? So there's a lot of messages that I haven't been able to reply yet. I always try my best, but it's I can't be like a robot, right? So yeah. But anyways, today this topic here, what I'm trying to talk about is a few of the things that I always struggle with when I receive these kind of messages. I want to say top three messages that always trouble me, that I struggle with, that I am I wouldn't say I'm completely stressed, but it's just really something that I'm like, oh my gosh, what should I do with this every time. So let me start from number 3. It's going to be going up from here. Okay, number 3 are the messages that point out my English pronunciations. Now, pronunciations, of course, I am definitely not fluent in English, first of all. My mother tongue is Japanese. I am fully Japanese, first of all. I only lived in the US for 6 years. And I know that I don't have perfect pronunciation. Like, even now, there's a lot of words that I mispronounce. Like, like Kazu will tell me, Shugo, you were saying this word like this way the other day, but it's actually not that way. For example, what would be like, for example, northern and southern. I was saying southern for almost all my life, because again, I was only in the US for 6 years when I was in elementary school, and elementary school kids would misread words, right? So I just still have that memory. Basically, that's the only memory I have. So I was mispronouncing southern. Another one would be women. Woman is singular, right? Pearl is women, right? Women. I was always reading it women. Yeah, woman. And so basically it sounded the same. So a lot of people have been telling me, no, Shogo, it's women. Now, I need to make it really clear that specific words like this, like pronunciation, is not pronunciation, it's pronunciation, for example. Like these specific words that people fix for me is really, really helpful because I seriously have not noticed these things. I think it was like, there was a few other words too that I've been misreading my whole life. And it really, really helped me to know, to basically to advance my English. But there are people who send me DMs telling me that not like any specific words or anything, but just there's people who literally come up to me and tell me that Shogo, you should improve your English a little bit more because I can't stand listening to your pronunciation. Pronunciation. It's so hard to say the word in the first place. But anyways, yeah. So I receive these messages. I think it's like once every month, maybe one message a month. I think about how I pronounce my English, and it'd be much nicer and kinder if they would let me know like exactly where they're thinking of, like this word here or this kind of sentence you tend to pronounce incorrectly, for example. But there's some people who just literally come up to me and tell me like, if you're going to be making content in English, you really should improve your English a little bit more because there are people trying to listen to you but can't understand what you're saying, so it's a really big stress. And one thing that I really feel whenever I receive these messages is that English is an international language, and of course it is. What should I say? It is of course better if I have better pronunciation, but there are millions and billions of people who speak English, and most people don't speak English as their mother tongue, right? Not as their first language. So I'm pretty sure I think majority of the people don't have perfect English pronunciations. Like even if you go on YouTube and find any Japanese person who makes content in English, who would you say speaks perfect English? Like who is the person to decide that speaks perfect English in the first place? Like if you really, really don't like my English in general, I think the choice is for you to not listen to my content in the first place, I think. So, like, again, if it's a specific word, I would be happy to change it anytime because it's an embarrassment to me, right, as well. But if they say, like, just get better, I'm like, get better at what? Like, which way should I go? I don't even have a standard that I should look for, right? Because I listen to TED Talks every single day, all those speeches. They try to, improve my English on the rhythm and everything. And yeah, but of course, I don't get super, super better, in just one day or so, anything like that. And I make mistakes with words. I might say it's a lot more easier, for example. I tend to say these things. I think everyone tends to say these things. Even in Japanese, I would say these things if I'm talking quickly, not without a script, for example, like right now. Like, I think everyone would make those mistakes. Like, do you not make any mistakes in pronunciation or any grammar mistakes as you're talking? Like, maybe because they're watching me across a screen, they tend to believe that the people across the screen needs to speak perfect languages, but that's not the case. So this is still number 3, guys. Let's go on to number 2 and number 1. It's already a lot of time. So number 2 is the DMs that I receive. For example, hello Shogo, can I ask you a question? And that's it. I sometimes receive DMs saying, hello Shogo, is it okay if I ask you a question? Now, I understand that they're probably trying to be very kind. What should I say? Not actually coming up to me and actually immediately asking me a question. I think they're trying to be a little bit more kind. I receive these kind of messages 2 or 3 times a month. But I want you to think, I think most of you can understand what I'm trying to say here. I want you to think, for example, if you want to start a business with someone, and you send an email to that person saying that, hello, Team Let's Ask Shogo, may we give you an offer? Love, blah, blah, blah. Like, in that, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a very low chance of being able to start a business with them, right? Because that means I have to say, yes, you can ask me a question. Then I have to wait for their reply again, and then finally we get to talk, right? So I'm guessing that they're trying to be more polite. Yeah, but it's a lot more. It's a lot better. A lot more better. See, a lot better that they could ask me directly about the questions. Is this rally, this extra rally that we have to go through to have a conversation is really troublesome, I guess. I don't want to really hurt anyone if you have ever done sent me a message like that before. I'm not really completely angry or anything, but it's a little bit, this time lag that's born in between the messages is a little bit not fully stressful, but it's like, oh, it'd be great if you could just ask me directly, kind of thing. Yeah. But that's still number two. Number one. I want you guys to listen to this. I'm pretty sure a lot. I think I get this a lot too. Probably more than 5 times a month. Actually, a lot more than number 2 and number 3. But there are people who send me messages, and they keep on sending me messages almost every day. In worst cases, almost every hour, telling me that please reply as soon as possible, or please reply now. Sometimes, of course, I would, upload a different story on Instagram or a different post on Instagram. And there are people writing in my comments, people giving me another DM telling me that, Shogo, if you have the time to upload a story, or if you have the time to upload a post, please reply to my message. Now, this is something that I really don't understand fully. Because answering a DM is not mandatory, right? First of all, there is no law saying that if you receive a DM, you need to reply within 2 or 3 days, for example. I wouldn't expect anyone, even if I sent a message to anyone, I wouldn't expect them to prioritize me, even though, if, for example, that person was, for example, a worker of mine and been paying them to do something for me, and they were playing video games on the internet, like online games, and I find them online, and I'm like, you haven't gotten done the job that I assigned you. Would it be okay if you get this job done first and not be playing video games, not playing Fortnite, for example, That I think is understandable, but you haven't even provided any benefit to the other person, and you're still expecting that person to always prioritize yourself. That person might have a family, probably is running a business, for example, or just working simply, have to take care of their kids, maybe spending some quality time with their family. There's a lot of things that happen in daily life. And maybe that person is receiving a lot of messages every day. I just simply feel that it's not very kind. And of course, this is a story of me complaining, but I think it's a really negative factor on the other person's side who is sending me these DMs. If they're living in a mindset, believing that they should always be prioritized by everyone around them, I think they are going to be the one who is going to be regretting it, what should I say? Not benefiting from those actions, to be honest, because it really looks like you don't care about what other people are doing or what they're doing in their daily lives and what they're thinking, or the given, you give and then you take, that kind of relationship. It sounds like you really don't understand this basic, communication at all. So that would be number 1. I really, really feel this. I must say that I really feel stressed, to be honest, to receive messages telling me that I need to reply as soon as possible. Like, I have a lot of other friends that are all patiently waiting for my reply. All patiently waiting for my reply. When I send them replies, they're like, oh my gosh, Shogo, thank you so much for taking the time to reply to me. This is great. Someone even told me that I'm going to be preserving the screenshot of the reply from you forever. And I was like, I'm your friend. I'll be happy to send you messages anytime. But, so there are hundreds and thousands of people waiting for me. And there is no reason for me to suddenly, what should I say, treat you differently, right? So that I really feel, I just hope more people be nicer to other people. And I really hope that they don't have the same mindset with other things too in their daily lives, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be hurting other people too. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. This is just something I wanted to share with you because, again, I'm thinking of you as my friend. These are some things, these complaints are things I can only say to a friend, right? And of course I've always, it would be great if I never talk about these things. And I always say, I love all my viewers, my friends. They're perfect. But, I'm a human being too. And I told you before, I quit being perfect. I will be complaining. I will be saying these things once in a while too. But again, in the end, 99% of the people sending me DMs are super polite, and they make me really, really excited, happy, satisfied, and really make me feel that, oh my gosh, I'm making so many people's lives better. And, exchanging DMs just is a source of my energy, So that I don't want to misunderstand. But at the same time, I wanted to talk to you as a friend about the things I'm like, sometimes like, holding on to my head. Sorry, holding on to my head doesn't make any sense at all, because that is a Japanese expression. We say atama o kakaeru, which literally means holding onto your head, which means that you're kind of struggling with something or overthinking. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your time. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese willing to come to Japan to study, travel, work, or even train in traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future, because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to preserve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, solve the social problems, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do that, the nearest goal I have right now is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023 on my main channel. So your likes and comments will help to boost my videos. New viewers have never seen my channel before, so it'd be great if you could help me out. Thank you so much, guys. So to be honest, recently the growth rate of subscribers, of revenue on our channel has been declining significantly. So we are actually in quite of a trouble right now, actually, and in terms of achieving our goal in terms of running our business. But I'm quite a person who is optimistic. You might have noticed, not really negative or anything. But we are seriously starting to consider a few ways we can try to earn more money in order to maintain our channel. Maybe we might consider doing online lessons, for example, for kimono dressing, both for women and men. Maybe doing some basic lessons of how to handle the katana and so on and so forth. So yeah, I hope we can look forward to that too. We might not be doing it, but if our revenue continues to decline at this rate, we won't be able to maintain our business and our life. So I hope you can look forward to that. We might be doing some other new things too. Okay, then thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.